Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It's quite a crowd. It's lovely to see you all. I'm Robert Jones. I have the privilege of running marketing and publicity at Emerson Colonial Theatre for Ambassador Theatre Group. We are so thrilled that you are all here to celebrate this moment this morning for the next chapter in our beloved Colonial. Please let me introduce the General Manager of Emerson Colonial Theatre for Ambassador Theatre Group, Erica Lynn Schwartz.
Good morning. Really, what a thrilling morning this is. We've all worked so hard to be here today. On behalf of the Ambassador Theatre Group, specifically our North American leadership, our CEO, Stephen Lewin, and our Executive Vice President of Creative and Content, Kristen Caskey, we are so honored to be here at this moment. We are so grateful. We're grateful for Emerson College for entrusting us, an Ambassador Theatre Group, to lead this wonderful building. We are so grateful to be raising the curtain on this cherished building once more. And we are so grateful to the City of Boston for their unending support. Today marks the first moment that any of the public will see a peek at our restoration when our box office lobby opens just after this event to purchase tickets in person and meet some of our incredible staff. I am personally incredibly grateful for all of my staff's work to get us to this day, and I can't wait for the public to get to know them. We look forward to unveiling this entire building and showing you all of the exceptional work that's happened here when Moulin Rouge begins performances on July 10th. We would also like to thank all the artisans, architects, visionaries, and every single person who has touched this project over the past 2 years. We would just not be here without you. Personally, growing up in New England and loving the theater, I always had heard about the Colonial and was in awe of all the seminal shows that started here and of all the legends that created the work that inspired generation after generation. We look forward to creating many more of those inspiring works and providing the community of Boston and beyond an opportunity to be changed by the live theatrical experience. Thank you.
Please welcome from Emerson College, Dr. Lee Pelton.
Well, it's a real pleasure to be here. We started the road here was a little bumpy at the beginning, but we are here and we've managed to turn lemon into a lemon drop martini. So thank you for being here. This is an exciting moment for Emerson College and for theater and arts in Boston. And this moment would not have been possible, of course, without the deep collaboration and the hard work of many people. I especially want to recognize our friends at the Ambassador Theatre Group, some of whom are not here, but of course you just heard from Erica, who is the general manager here. I also want to thank our partners, Elkas Manfredi Architects and Consigli Construction, who have been and have done an outstanding job in helping to restore the theater to its original glory. And of course to Mayor Walsh, who has demonstrated extraordinary leadership in this city on so many vital issues. Thank you, Mayor. And all of our colleagues in the city of Boston. In celebrating the reopening of this beautiful, historic Emerson Colonial Theatre, we recognize the wonderful partnership between Emerson College and the Ambassador Theatre Group, and that partnership ensures the long-term viability of the Colonial as a venue for the performing arts. And with the reopening of the Emerson Colonial, we celebrate the transformative power of the arts. You know, the arts matter. The arts connect us to life's most enduring themes. They let us see with fresh eyes the landscape of human events, and they help us to understand the world in which we live and to understand who we are and what we stand for as a nation. And with the reopening of the Colonial, we recognize this moment as one of increased access to the arts. The Colonial provides another venue in our city, an important, beautiful venue for all to experience the benefits and joy of the theater and the arts. And our partnership with ATG will also open up educational opportunities not only for Emerson students, but for young people in our community, and we look forward to their further engagement in these opportunities. You know, Emerson has long been committed to supporting and shaping the arts and the cultural scene in our city. Our vision is deeply grounded in the idea that Emerson energizes Boston just as the college is energized by this city. And just in the last 2 years, we have invested almost $300 million and less than 100 meters on the Boylston Street. And since 1990, we've invested another $300 million along the downtown corridor. We are re-envisioning the Boylston Street and Tremont corridor as a destination place for all who work, live, study, and visit our great city. Emerson takes seriously its role to steward the theater and the arts in Boston, and we look forward to working with the city of Boston and with ATG and with all of those who are here today and are going to stand in front of that box office and buy your tickets. This is really an exciting moment and opportunity for all of us. So thank you all for being here.
Please join me in welcoming from the City of Boston, Mayor Martin J. Walsh.
Thank you. It's exciting to be here today. I want to first of all thank President Pelton and congratulate him and Emerson College for today. It's an exciting day here in the City of Boston, and certainly an exciting day in the theater community here in our city as well. As the President said, Erica, thank you and your team who've done an incredible job. I want to thank Stephen and Kristen as well. I want to thank Joyce Lenahan, Chief of Policy for the City of Boston. I'm not going to go into a whole story, but when there was some concern about the Emerson, Joyce came into me and said, we need to do something here. As a city, we need to step up. It was on the heels of the Huntington Theater conversation, and we have an incredible partner here with Lee, and we started to get to work to do what we needed to do to make sure that we continue a great theater program here in the City of Boston. So I want to thank you, Joyce. I also want to acknowledge Julie Barros for her years of service as Boston's Chief of Arts and Culture. She's with us today. I want to thank you, Julie, for being a strong voice in our community. I also want to welcome Kara Elliott Ortega, who will be serving as our acting Chief of Arts and Culture. Thank you. Kara's here as well. Thank you very much. Kara will continue on the plan Boston Creates, the mission of Boston Creates, to make sure that we continue to lead in the arts space here in this country. At City Hall, we took a look at the Colonial's Tveit very seriously. As I mentioned, it's a landmark for our theater community and our entire city. I'm proud to be here with all of you for the reopening of this incredible theater. I can't thank President Pelton enough for his collaboration with the city and with the community in this restoration. Emerson is a steward in our theater district here. It embodies what we want to encourage in Boston, expresses the culture and creativity. And also, as you heard the President talking about in the last several years, $300 million, in the last over 2 decades, $600 million. Certainly that's a commitment to our city and a commitment to their students and a commitment to the community, the arts and culture community. To the Ambassador Theater Group, welcome to Boston. Your work has brought energy to the Colonial. Thank you for your investment. And I also would like to thank the cast of Moulin Rouge, who's here with us today. And your world premiere on the Colonial stage will set a high bar for future artists here. So we're going to hold Lee Pelton accountable after. I know it's the other group, but we're going to make sure. But we're excited. Today, we cement the Colonial's place in history. Since 1900, the Colonial has been a stop for shows destined for Broadway. It saw premiere shows like Oklahoma and Carousel. It saw Porgy and Bess was groundbreaking production on race and poverty. It started to run right here in this theater in Boston. This restoration is one of many ways that Boston is encouraged through arts and culture, not only in our downtown, but in all of our different neighborhoods in the city. From our art districts in Uplands Corner to the new ICA watershed in East Boston, the arts community in Boston is thriving. Our city proudly stands as a leader in the arts. Through Boston Creates, we vow to make sure a cultural space is more available for our local artists. We vow to make our art venues more accessible, and when you get a chance to go inside here, at some point you will see that here. We vow to support creative spaces like the Colonial. We've seen the role that theater plays right here in the city of Boston. We've seen how much it inspires Bostonians and people from all over Massachusetts, and how it fills them with joy. Today's history meets innovation. Tradition meets progress. It's my pleasure to say the Colonial cast is at roll once again. Thank you very much.
We are very thrilled to have our next speakers here with us today. It is in the middle of technical rehearsals. It's very early in the morning, and incidentally, it's their day off. So we are very grateful that they are here. Please welcome the stars of the pre-Broadway world premiere engagement of Moulin Rouge, the musical.
Hey everyone, we're so honored to be here on behalf of the entire cast and crew of Moulin Rouge.
And to be reviving the tradition of bringing great musicals to Boston is truly a dream come true.
We've only been here a few weeks, but we can feel the history in this building. This is the building where Oklahoma first premiered. Curly sang "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning" for the first time in this building. Julie and Billy fell in love and sang "If I Loved You" for the first time in Carousel in this building. And one of my personal favorites, because I did the Broadway revival of Follies, the Weissman Girls first walked down the stage. Hey, some fans of Follies here, very nice. That's just a few of the legendary moments from the shows that were created and performed here for the first time.
And on the heels of that, for us to be here today, after this incredible refurbishment and reopening of this place with our musical, Moulin Rouge, the musical, making its world premiere, we're very excited to create our own moments, hopefully, that will live up to the grand tradition of the shows that have come before us here.
And as you know, our show is about love, and we have felt so much love from the city of Boston. We were told that the summers in Boston would be incredible, and they have not disappointed, so thank you.
We're so honored to be here with the Ambassador Theater Group, Emerson College, the city of Boston, and all of you, especially this side.
And we'll see all of you at the Moulin Rouge.
So Danny definitely just touched on this, but while the Colonial has been marked by a roster of shows that defined musical theater over the last century, it became clear to us at ATG that diversifying our programming offerings will only allow more people to experience this beautiful place. Our renovation has focused on creating a platform for all great live events and being the place for people to come together and be together. I'm so pleased to announce today the next lineup of shows coming to the Colonial during our reopening season. We remain dedicated to theater, and as you know, we are incredibly committed to the tradition of pre-Broadway engagement specifically, but we also want there to be something, a little something for everyone, because as we say, everyone belongs here. So as you know, Moulin Rouge will be playing through August 19th. Today, we are announcing a few additions. Michael McDonald will bring a concert here with all of the hits from his career on Saturday, September 22nd. Lord of the Dance will return with Dangerous Games on Friday, September 28th. I'm having a personal moment with the next one. Tony Award winner and Grammy-winning artist Heather Hadley will perform one of only 3 concerts that she's doing anywhere in the country this year on the Colonial stage on Saturday, November 3rd. Rufus Wainwright will return to Boston with his All These Poses tour that celebrates 20 years since his album launched onto the charts in December. And though it is a beautiful sunny day here in Boston, and there's a little clouds, but it's mostly a beautiful sunny summer day, we're already thinking about the holidays. Yes, it's true. Mannheim Steamrollers Christmas by Chip Davis will play 2 shows on Saturday, December 8th. Hip Hop Nutcracker will return to Boston the following weekend on December 15th and 16th. And as a lovely harkening back to the building's legacy, the music of Rodgers and Hammerstein will return to the building once more when Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella comes to this Colonial for a 2-week engagement from December 18th through the 30th for guests to enjoy over the holiday weeks. I just want to personally again thank the City of Boston, thank Emerson College, thank the company of Moulin Rouge. We look forward to welcoming all of you into the Colonial.
In just a moment, we're going to take a moment for a photo opportunity with all of us behind the ribbon before it's cut. But in thinking about the right way to punctuate that moment, we of course look back to the shows that played this building and some of the lyrics that find some celebration and gratitude among them. We'll raise a glass from Grand Hotel, for instance. The best of times is now from La Cage aux Folles. But something struck me in looking for this. There's a title of a show when it played here in Boston, a very famous show by Rodgers and Hammerstein that debuted in this building 75 years ago this year. It was called Away We Go, which of course we know is Oklahoma. And that title is very packed for a lot of reasons. One, it signifies that anything can happen when you develop a show in Boston. You can change your name for Broadway. But also, it harkens back to the nostalgia that's happened here, but also allows the opportunity to propel us forward and to look to all those moments that are going to be created in the coming years for new audiences in this building. So we're going to take a photo right now. And we'll then ask the mayor to count us down with a 3, 2, 1 before the ribbon's cut. And on the count of 1, I'd invite all of us in this crowd to join us in a hearty "Away We Go" to kick us off into that future. So here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Away we go! All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our ceremony this morning. Members of the media, we will invite you inside in just a moment for some breakout interviews. Thank you very much for being here this morning. And most importantly, the box office is opening momentarily, so we'll see you inside.